Hi everybody, welcome to Super Easy Forex, and in this video I'm going to show you examples of how easy it is to spot the market maker's method using our trading system. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I studied the market maker's method actually for about 3 to 3.5 years, and at the end of the 3 to 3.5 years I ended up frustrated because for some reason, I just couldn't spot the M's and the W's, the highs and the lows of the day. So I'm not sure if you're like me or if you're experiencing that, but I hope I'm not the only one. So one of the problems with it is they tell you, and again, I have no problem with the market maker's method. I'm not trying to fight against it, but what I'm saying is sometimes they'll tell you to look for level 1, level 2, level 3, and then reversals and this and that. Well, sometimes that worked out, but a lot of times it didn't. So I got frustrated because if you look at this chart right here I have in front of you, and I have this one up on purpose. By the way, today's date is 3/19/2021. This is the Euro JPY on the H4. I'm going to show you several examples of how our trading system easily spots them so that you don't have to struggle with trying to identify the market maker's method anymore. So I'm going to show you this from start to finish. So watch a bunch of examples as I explain. So starting with the 4-hour time frame, the Euro JPY, first of all, you can see that it went up more than one to two to three levels. So as you can see, it started off here, the trend started here, pull back. There's so many different levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is kind of hung out there. That was six, and then it topped off. Okay, so if I'm looking for level 1, 2, and 3, and again, I know they do it off the 15-minute, but I'm just telling you, if you go to the higher time frames, you can see why some of these, like for an example, on the lower time frame, you see this little M pattern right here. On the lower time frame, you would have lost. Why? Because the higher time frame said it's still a go. So that's the reason why I was struggling and having a problem with it, because sometimes even on the lower time frame, the 15 minutes weren't aligning with the higher time frames. And so therefore I would get caught in these reversals, and it would get stopped right here, which you can clearly see the M pattern right here. So you can see it. Whether I go to the lower time frame or not, you can still see it right here. So this would be a fine example of the M pattern getting caught in an uptrend, but because you don't know what's going on in the higher time frames, you're getting stuck. Now, this is not to make light of, you always have to check the higher time frames. I'm just showing you as to why I was losing some of my trades, because it wasn't in alignment with what was going on. I didn't understand it. So when I thought, okay, it's level 1, level 2, level 3, reversal, okay, and so here we go. For an example, level 1, level 2 right here. We can call this level 2 up here, level 3, and it should have been reversal. Here's the M pattern, and then guess what? Boop, it kept on going. Okay, so this is a sloppy example, so don't if you say, oh, I disagree, that's fine. This is just for an example, but it's not the cleanest example. But watch this. Watch how your eyes are going to be open. Watch this. Let me clean this up and get this out the way. Now watch how this works out. On the higher time frame, which, by the way, you're getting a heads up, keep an eye on this one. Can you not see the W pattern on the 4-hour, even on the 4-hour? Now, we're going to go down to the 15-minute and look at some examples as well, but take a look at this one here. Look, W pattern right there, and it shot up, took off, stayed up for what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 levels, okay? But then you also have the M pattern right here. See, and I told my team, I told the paid members, I said, hey, keep an eye out for Euro JPY. I put that message into the group, and we're going to drop down to the 15-minute, and you guys are going to see the market maker's pattern there, okay? But you also see it on the 4-hour, which means if you decide to be a swing trader, can you not see the W pattern that you could have caught right here? And then guess who showed up? So even if you couldn't spot it, guess who showed up on the 4-hour? The arrow. It said, okay, now it's time to get in. And this thing went up for, watch this. I don't have to guess the market maker's method no more. That's the point of this. 467 pips. I don't have to guess where it is anymore. The problem is solved with our own trading system. And funny thing is, after I built the trading system and started using it, then my eyes, I could actually spot M's and W's just like it's nothing. So this is just the higher time frame example of the market makers method working out there, and still our system spotted it. And as you can see right here, market makers method, the M came in right here. And I call it the Mark Williams. Why? Mark, M at the top, W at the bottom. I have a brother-in-law. He's a surgeon, and so his name is Mark Williams, and so that's what I call it, the Mark Williams. M at the top, W bottom, W at the bottom, or double bottom. Okay, so you can clearly see the W right here, and then our system said, okay, get in right here, and look, rolled up. Now look at here, and I'm telling you ahead of time, keep your eye on Euro JPY all next week for opportunities to sell into it. Okay, so we're going to drop down, and you're going to see a whole lot more. So just hang tight. I'm going to show you a whole lot more. So look at this M pattern at the top, but it did exactly what I told him, and look who shows up even on the 4 hour, in alignment with our system saying, okay, now it's time for it to go down. So this thing could roll down for hundreds of pips starting next week. Just wait for the pullback. All right, so now let's drop down to the 15-minute and take a look at it. All right, as you guys can see, and I'm going to clean this up. Give me a second. I'll get these lines out the way, because we was looking at it from the 4 hours, so you can easily, whether you want to trade on a higher time frame, looking for the market makers method, or the lower time frame, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to highlight this. Can you not see the M pattern right there? See, right there. And then guess who showed up right afterwards? So you no longer have to guess where to get in at anymore. And I got even more to show you, so just hang tight. This is going to get real good. I got a whole lot more to show you. So I'm going to show you how we actually do it now. We keep the game plan very simple. So as you can see, the alert came out with our arrow saying, okay, now get in. Notice it came in right after the market makers method M pattern was here. And now this is Friday, so the market is still open. You can still see it moving slightly, but it's pretty much a dead market because the market is closed now. But look, high of the day, low of the day. What do you see? A crooked looking little W. And there we go. Now we don't have our arrow yet because it's still calculating, waiting to see if there's enough strength in the market to give you a go. And currently we don't have that. Why? Because again, it's Friday. But if it was a normal day, you probably would have got your arrow right here for a short little buy at the low of the day. Let me give you a little something that you can identify it with. If you hit Control Y on your computer, again, hit Control Y, and it brings up what's called your day separators. And your day separators will separate the price action from the prior day so that you can actually see, okay, here's what the price action was on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So as you can see last night during the London session, basically, or coming into it, this is where you had the high of the day. And there you go. You had your high of the day, your retest of the top, creating the M pattern or the double top. The arrow came in and it just ran smoothly down right after our arrow on simplicity, and it coughed up 90 pips. Woo! A whole 90 pips in 24 hours off of just one trade. Did you have to learn to spot the market makers method? No, the system, it already knew when to get in. And that's the beautiful part about it. It doesn't just work for market makers method. It just has a built-in technology that helps to spot and identify where strength and momentum is coming into the market, and it tells you when to get in, and it filters out a lot of noise. And so therefore you see it came right in perfectly and dropped for 90 pips. Now you see the crooked little W shape right here. You see it? Give me a second, I'll mark it up, and I got more examples. Then I have something else to show you guys. Oh, this is going to be a good video for you guys. Okay, here's why I could never spot the M's and W's sometimes, because they're not always perfectly shaped where you can actually see them. Okay, so now can you see the W pattern here? You see it now? See, I couldn't see this before because I was expecting pretty little M's like this one here and a pretty little cute W right here. Well, it doesn't work that way sometimes. And so I was missing out a lot of great opportunities because sometimes it would look like this. See? And this is where you would get in thinking, oh, well, this doesn't look like a W, but it actually was. It was just a different shape. See? So if the arrow comes in, this will play as a pullback. on the higher time frame. So that's why I said keep your eye out, and I'm giving you an alert. Keep your eye out for a pullback on this, but you clearly see what the higher time frame is telling you. It's telling you that it's an M pattern, and that means that over time this should pull back somewhere and then possibly continue down, just like you had the W. Okay, so let's go to some more examples. Let's go to some more quick examples, and then I got something else to show you. So that was Euro JPY. Okay, now I did post a video today, and again, today is 3/19. I did a video showing live proof of trades, it's called episode 3. Watch me trade live, episode 3. So watch that video. You'll see that in that video, this is one of the trades I have. Well, guess who's sitting right here at the top again? Market Maker's Method. There's your M. Look at there, look at there, look at there. See? Okay, you see it? There it is. But do I have to spot these now? No, I just wait for my arrow and the rules of how our trading system works. And there you go, it popped right in and it coughed up some very good pips. And I had walked away with 111 pips on this one when I closed it out. It did go down a little bit more, but I just took my money and ran. Okay, so I don't need to find and mark up my charts, and it actually coughed up 143 pips. I got out at 111, and it's in the video, so you'll be able to see it because I recorded the video. Again, episode 3, me taking trades live. So I got out right about here, but it actually dropped a little bit more to create about 147 pips on one trade, and that's one trade. Did I need to know the M's and the W's and this and that? No. For an example, see here? You wouldn't have been able to spot any of this. But guess what happened? The arrow came in, gave very nice trades, and you could have made 126 that way, and then taken this one this way. See? Simple, simple. Let's go to a couple of more examples, and then I got one more thing to show you. You guys are going to get your socks knocked off today. Watch this. Okay? So on this one here, you see this little crooked little W? See, this is the point. Sometimes the shapes are not going to make sense to you, okay? So it's hard to spot them, and that's the difficulty of the market maker's method sometimes. For the trained eye, you can actually see these things really, really good, but if you're not going to be able to see it, okay? Let's look at GU as well, okay? Let's take a look at GU. I think GU have one. If not, then we have enough examples. Let's go to GU right here. Okay, let's take a look. All right, and there it was. See, right there. But I don't need to spot it. Look what happened. Here's the arrow. Let's look at the W pattern. See? Look at that one. See, it's not perfect. That's why I couldn't spot it. But nevertheless, look who came in. Woo! There you go. Here's the M. Do I need to learn these M's and W's now? Nope. I just follow the rules, and there it was. Plenty of pips. How many pips you could have made on this one? Going this way to the top, 130. And then going back the other way. Yes, it tried to fake people out and dropped for 109 pips. And that's just absolutely crazy amazing. Crazy amazing. So let me show you one more thing before we go. So I have created something else that goes along with this to make my job even more easier, and those who are in our group. We have one more thing available. We built a scanner, and it's called our Simplicity Scanner. And you can add up to 30 to 40 pairs, and you can select what time frames you want it to work on, okay? And basically how it works is once the alert comes out, so for an example, when this arrow came out, it will send it to the scanner, will send you an alert saying, hey, there's an opportunity on the 15-minute with an arrow, and it will actually say sell. Okay, there's no alerts coming out right now because, again, the market is pretty much a dead market. It's going into the weekend. But when it's active, it will actually show you a buy or sell alert under the time frame that you choose. So I typically leave mine running on the 15-minute only. And then when I do get the alert, all I have to do, and it has a click to open feature. So let's just say you get a sell alert here. Then you just simply click on the GU symbol and it'll actually pop open your chart. So you don't have to have 20, 30, and 40 pairs open at the bottom of your screen, slowing down your computer anymore. This is what we call our employee. So when we get an alert, sent from any one of these symbols, we simply go to our charts, And if we see that, okay, I'm just strictly want to trade the market maker's method, then fine. As soon as you see the M pattern and you get that alert, boom, you know to take the trade. Just like this, okay? The alert would have came out from the scanner, sent to your phone. You simply go to your charts, verify, hey, oh, I see the W pattern. And you simply take the trade. Just as simple as that. Just as simple. So we use the scanner in conjunction with our trading system, and I'm telling you, it's just effortless at this point. And it's so nice because it used to be such a struggle. For an example, let's take a look at this one here. Okay, so as you can see right here, this came in with the M pattern last night as well. And look what happened. Whoop, and it went straight down. So the alert would have came from the scanner saying, hey, there's a sell opportunity on the 15-minute, and it would have said the word sell. And then you simply check your charts, and if it aligns with your strategy, then there you go. You see how it's effortless, and that's what you want, effortless opportunities, okay? So again, this is just showing you how we trade here at Super Easy Forex, and that's why we call it Super Easy Forex, because if you know what you're looking for, then you don't have to keep staring at the charts, checking every few minutes yourself to see, hey, is there an M? Is there an M? We don't care. You know, hey, when the scanner sends the alert, I'll go check my charts, and if it's an M or if it's a W, then I take the trade. If it's not, then I just wait for the next alert to come out. Just that simple. So everything is done for me at this point. That's why I no longer sit around all day long, marking up my charts, putting, you know, is it touching the 50 line? Is it touching the 100 to 200 moving average? Is it do? You don't even see a moving average on my chart. I don't need none of that no more. I'm completely free to trade now with peace in heart. I don't worry about that stuff no more because it was burning me up. For an example, here's another trade that you saw in my video. Can you not see the M pattern here? See, high of the day. Created high of the day, but I don't have to care about trapping and finding when is the high of the day. That used to kill the life out of me. What is the high of the day? It's like this golden secret. And after 3 years, I couldn't figure it out. Well, I don't care no more. Why? I just wait for the alert to come from my scanner. I check my simplicity system, make sure everything lines up with our trading rules, and look at this. All this was happening last night. Look at all the money you missed just yesterday, 92 pips. And here's the M. Here we go. Simplicity plus our scanner versus the market maker's method. I don't waste my time on this crap no more. I wait for my employee to send me an alert. I check my charts, see if it lines up with my strategy, and take the trade. Simple as that. All right, you guys, have a good one. Market maker's method versus simplicity. Yay!